All right, it's Friday, everybody. You can tell we're having fun here at Low Country Live. We are ready to shake, rattle, and roll into this weekend. Brad Moranz is here with some phenomenal performers from the Rock and Roll and Musical Review. They've got a sneak peek performance in just a couple of minutes. But first, we're going to get details on this brand new show from Brad himself. Brad, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, John.
Great
Thanks
to
for having
see
me.
you. Hey, do you ever rest? That's what I want to know. We saw you at Christmas time doing the big spectacular that you do every year. Now you're up with a brand new show. When do you sleep?
Boy, did you hit a sore spot with my wife.
Sorry
No, we
about
don't rest a lot. We're always working on multiple shows at the same time.
Well, tell me about this one. It sounds really phenomenal. It's music that everybody's going to know and everybody loves.
The music's incredible. I mean, it's really like the greatest hits of the 50s and 60s. A couple of 70s songs, but mainly 50s and 60s. I tell you what it does is it makes you feel, particularly if you're in my age group, as if you're back at your senior prom or something. I mean, I have had more people look at this show and listen to it and go, oh my gosh, did that take me back?
And you see people in the seats kind of swaying around. That's
when
you know it's a good sign, right?
You know what's really fun about this music, and it's even different when you grew up with this music, you listened to it on the radio, perhaps, or you did go to the prom or something. But what we've done is create a dramatic situation for the music. So if you heard a love song that you danced to, now you're going to see characters on stage as if they were in love singing these songs.
That's wonderful.
And the songs come to a different kind of life when you do it that way.
Well, we saw, I believe that's supposed to be Ray Charles.
That
right
would
there.
have been Ray
so
Charles.
Are you going to see actors as the musicians themselves?
No, it's not. Now that's sort of an impersonator style show, an impression show. This is not. Oh, that's my wife up there on TV now. No, these people are characters, and by that I mean, like, if you were watching, so let's say Happy Days, the TV show, and imagine that Fonzie or Richie or those guys started singing. It'd be more like that.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds wonderful, and also wonderful is the talent that you got to come here to Charleston to put on this spectacular review.
You know, there's nothing we could do that would be anything without the amazing people that are gracious enough to come here and do the show. And you know, Jenny and I lived and worked in New York for a while, and we've been doing this a long time. And because of that, we've made a lot of good friends with some really talented people.
Yeah.
And so every time we do a show, the first thing we do is get on the phone and say, will you please come here for 2 weeks?
Who's available? Can you
come here? If they're not, you know, working on a Broadway show or trying to be in a Broadway show or on a television series or on a cruise ship or something, if they're available, we can get them to come.
But that's the level of talent. I mean, you're getting Broadway level talent right here in the Low Country.
They're crazy. They're crazy. And what's really amazing is you got a whole show full of them. You're not getting, you know, a lot of times a theater, if they're lucky, will get somebody to come down from New York, and it'll anchor a show.
Yeah.
And then they'll fill it out with, you know, actors who are not professionals. This is full of them. That's what it is, and that's what makes it different. So it really is like you're going to New York and seeing something.
Brad, you say you work on multiple shows. How long did it take you to put this one together?
Well, this one is a little different. I probably 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first thing you do is you pick the songs, whatever it is, for me, and then I look at the songs and I go, who would sing that and why would they sing it?
Okay.
And then you create a situation that they would sing it in. And then you have to write all the dialogue that they would say that justifies them singing "You're Just Too Good to Be True."
Probably the
Why did you say
part.
that? You know?
Right.
You know, and usually guys are putting their foot in their mouth somewhere along the line and getting in trouble.
I never do that on Low Country.
No, I'm sure you don't. You're the exception to all the rules there, John. And so, you know, maybe a girl looks at a guy and says, you know, you need to have a little R-E-S-P-E-C-T, you know, and you need to think before, you know, whatever. And that's what the
It opens
show's
up
about.
tonight. It's at Charleston Music Hall. How do people get tickets, Brent?
Tickets are at the door. That's the easiest thing. Charleston Music Hall, downtown, 37 John Street. If you want to get them in advance, that's at etix.com or by calling etix at 1-800-514-3849.
All the information right there. What are we going to be looking at right now? You got a performance for us.
Right now, we got one of our incredible singers here, Omar Lopez Sapiro, who will be singing, speaking of Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, we got a lot of Frankie Valli and Four Seasons stuff in the show. He'll be doing one of them.
All right, let's hear it, guys.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Pardon the way that I stare, there's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm the lonely night. I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't bring me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I found you, stay and let me love you, baby. Let me love you. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm the love